Good day! So yung next topic natin ay Descartes Rule of Signs. So introduction muna tayo sa terms na gagamitin natin. Ang theorem na to ay binibilang niya yung sign changes or variations in signs kung paano nakasulat sa modules. No? So I'll just call it sign changes. We're counting sign changes in this polynomial function as follows. This is a sign change kasi yung coefficient positive nagiging negative. Then from negative coefficient, naging positive na coefficient. That's another sign change. Then from positive 3 to positive 6, walang sign change dun. Then 6 to negative 5, that's another sign change. So for this particular polynomial function, meron tayong tatlong sign changes or variations in sign. Ngayon, alam na natin ano yung ibig sabihin ng sign changes or variations in sign. We could state the first part ng Descartes Rule of Signs. So, meron daw tayong polynomial function f of x na real yung coefficients. Important to Yung fundamental theorem of algebra, sabi niya, complex coefficients. The Descartes Rule of Signs, it only works pag real yung coefficients natin. Real, so pwedeng square root, pwedeng fraction. Mostly we'll deal with integers, but this covers real numbers. And a non-zero constant term. So, hindi tayo pwedeng nag-end sa x. Hindi pwedeng yung function natin, x squared plus 3x, tapos na. Kailangan merong constant term na hindi equal sa 0. Okay, ito yung rule. The number of positive real zeros ni f of x, positive real zeros, is equal to the number of sign changes in f of x. So, important yung pagbilang ng sign changes sa isang polynomial function kasi it gives us an idea kung ilan yung positive real zeros niya. So it's equal to the number of sign changes or less than that by an even integer. For example, yung polynomial natin kanina, nakita natin na mayroon siyang 3 sign changes. So, following the rule, kung bibilangin natin yung positive real zeros, then it could be equal to the number of sign changes, so tatlo, or less than that by an even integer. So, pwedeng tatlo, or less than that by an even integer. Pwedeng isa lang. Hindi pwedeng dalawa. Dahil sabi ni Descartes, hindi pwedeng dalawa. 3 or 1. Hindi rin pwedeng wala. Second part ng Descartes Rule of Signs. Pwede daw nating bilangin yung negative real zeros ng polynomial function natin by counting the number of sign changes in, stop, careful, f of negative x. So, kung bibilangin natin yung possible number of negative real zeros, kailangan muna natin i-evaluate si f of negative x at tsaka tayo magbibilang ng sign changes. So, going back dun sa previous example, this f of x. So, first step to count the number of negative real zeros is to evaluate f of negative x, which means lahat ng x papalitan natin ng negative x. But yung shortcut dun, so, negative x, negative x, negative x. Yung shortcut dun, magpapalit lang ng sign, yung mga odd yung degree na term. Diba? Kasi kung even yung degree, negative x to the fourth, edi x to the fourth lang yan. So, 2x to the fifth, magiging negative 2x to the fifth. Negative 7x to the fourth, no change. 3x squared, no change. 6x, negative 6x na siya. Negative 5, no change. This is f of negative x. How many sign changes do we see? So, negative, negative, positive, 1 sign change. Positive, 1 sign change. Positive, negative, 2 sign changes. Negative, negative, yun na, dalawa. So, it has 2 sign changes. So, according sa DRS, it could have 2 negative real zeros or less than that in integer. Pwedeng wala. Hindi pwedeng isa. It's 2 or 0. So, putting them together, no, this is a degree 5 polynomial function. By the fundamental theorem of algebra, meron siyang 5 zeros. Ilan dun yung positive, ilan dun yung negative. By Descartes Rule of Signs, meron siyang, yung f of x has 3 sign changes. So, that gives us 3 or 1 positive zeros. F of negative x has 2 sign changes. So, 2 or no negative real zeros. At total na 5 zeros. And these are the possibilities. First, yung tatlong positive, andun lahat. Yung dalawang negative, andun lahat. 5. So, pwede rin isang positive Dalawang negative. Kailangan 5 eh. So, non-real na yung remaining 2. So, again, tatlong positive. Pero pwedeng walang negative. So, dahil kailangan natin ng 5 zero, it will have 2 non-real zeros. Finally, kung isa lang pala yung positive real zero at wala siyang negative real zeros, dahil kailangan natin ng 5 zeros from FTA, meron tayong 4 na non-real. So, to recap, yung Descartes Rule of Signs, binibigay niya sa atin yung possible number of positive and negative real zeros. And by implication, lahat na rin ng non-real zeros natin ng isang polynomial function with real coefficients. Thank you very much. See you sa next lesson.